Hey there, Chuck and friends. It is Making Maria, your independent Chalk Couture designer. Welcome to Tuesday Night Chuckin'. Woot woot, woot woot. We're Tuesday Night Chuckin'. Hello everybody, welcome, welcome. I'm so glad you're here tonight because we are doing a little Irish blessing. We are getting ready for St. Patrick's Day, and I am working on my St. Patrick's Day mantle. And we have been making quite a few pieces lately for him. My mantle is not a person. So we've been making some fun pieces to go on my mantle for St. Patrick's Day. So we are going to continue tonight with the Irish blessing. It's a traditional Irish blessing. It's actually called Irish blessing. It's very pretty. This is one of the new transfers that came out in the new catalog. And it is gorgeous. There's some really nice details to this, and that is what we are making tonight. Hello, Linda. Linda, welcome to our Chuckin' party. So what we're going to do tonight is we're going to use an amazing product, amazing, life-changing, life-altering, just whoosh, totally cool product called Chalk Couture. It is an adhesive silkscreen transfer that you stick to a surface, and you use Chalkology paste to squeegee across it, and when you peel and reveal, you have a beautifulness. Oh, yes, you do. You have absolutely beautiful things when you're done. It takes someone like myself who is not creative, not artistic. I'm creative, kind of, but not artistic. And it gives me the ability to create beautiful things with no real talent. Anybody can do this. It is that much fun. It is very relaxing, and it is extremely stress-free. So Chalk Couture is a company. It's a direct sales company, and we sell transfers, paste, ink, squeegees, surfaces. We sell all the fun stuff so that you can create beautiful, beautiful pieces. So tonight, let me show you here what we are making. I'm going to stop for one quick second. We have a terrible glare. And I can see a bunch of you here. So hey, Linda. Oh, hey, Amanda. Amanda. Oh my gosh, it was so funny. So my friend, Amanda, just had a little makeover live. It was so fun to watch. I thought your husband was adorable, Amanda. You can tell that he really loves you. That was so sweet. Hey, Linda Squared. So, Amanda, I want to know, are you keeping the blue eye or are you keeping the more natural eye? So she got some beautiful eyeshadow work done today by our amazing friend, Tiffany. Tiffany is I'm not going to remember the name of the company. Lip Sense? Lip Sense. She did my makeup. Look, I have makeup on, Mom. She does an amazing job. So she does a live every Tuesday night, like a tip on how to do makeup, and she did Amanda's eyes with 2 colors, and they were beautiful. We got to pick. I'm rambling. All right, so let's get to chalking. So this is a adhesive silkscreen transfer. This one says Irish blessing. It says, may the road rise up to meet you, may the wind always be at your back, may the sun shine warm upon your face, the rains fall soft upon your fields, and until we meet again, may God hold you in the palm of his hand. I love this transfer. How am I going to say that? I don't know how to say that, Amanda. Sengens? I have it. Isn't that funny? I just know it's Hillary. Or I'm sorry, not Hillary. Tiffany. It's Tiffany. It's Tiffany. I don't know the name of the company. Oh, I think I'm going to go with the green. The green was very pretty. It was very pretty. The blue, you know, you beautiful eyes. So I don't know that you need the blue. You're just gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous woman. For those of you who don't know my friend Amanda, she's beautiful. Striking. Really gorgeous. All right, so this is a silkscreen transfer. I'm going to take it out of its package. This bad boy is brand new. We have never used it. So I'm going to pull it out. You're going to keep this. You're going to keep this because this is how you store your transfer. So it has a little flap on it, and that's how you open the bad boy up. I have it backwards. Why can't I lift it? So it has a little flap on it. That's how you open it. You pull your transfer out. You keep this because when you forget what that crazy lady that talks 5 million miles an hour said, the directions are step by step right here on the back. So this is why you keep this. This is an adhesive silkscreen transfer. We are going to flip it over, and we're going to write the name on the back of it. And I do that for 2 reasons. Number 1, I want to know which side of my backer sheet is the back. Just poke myself. And number 2, it helps me put the right transfers on the right backer sheets. Not a big deal when it's a one-piece transfer and I'm not cutting it all, but when I'm going to cut it up and I'm going to have all these little tiny pieces left, it's nice to know which little piece goes on which backer sheet. So I'm going to take my transfer and I'm going to carefully remove it from its backer sheet. Now this particular transfer has tons of ooh, this bad boy is sticky, holy cow. Has a lot of detail to him. I am going to fuzz him, which is a step where you take a terry cloth towel, your blue jeans, a t-shirt, and you stick your transfer to it. What's happening is my transfer is picking up the lint off of my towel, and it's making my transfer not quite as sticky, so I don't have to work it so hard to get it off. Then when I wash my transfer, I'm going to gently rub the back of it, and all that sticky stuff is going to come right off. So I am just fuzzing my towel, or fuzzing my transfer on my towel, and I'm ready to put it on our surface. Okay, so I want to line it up, kind of center it in the board. I thought about putting a ribbon on the board, but we're going to just go with it. This transfer has a ton, is that straight? Yeah. This transfer has a ton of detail in like the fun little border, all those cute little shamrocks. You can do so many fun things with this transfer. Different colors, all kinds of fun things. It is going to naturally look distressed. It's meant to. So like when you, again, look at that border, it's not super clean. It's meant to be that way. It's meant to be a little rusticy looking. So don't be alarmed when you pull your transfer back and it's not pristinely perfect. It's not supposed to be. And it's not designed. Like look at even my M. It's meant to look old and rustic. So that detailing is already created in your transfer for you. So thank you, Miss Terry, for sending me out into the world. Helps me tremendously when you do that. So if you can take the time to hit that button, I greatly appreciate it. So thank you to everybody who does that. If you want to check out this product, this is called Irish Blessing, and you can go to www.chalkcouture.com/MakinMaria, and that's where you can see this transfer. This is a B size transfer, and B size transfers are $14.99. It is reusable, so I can use this over and over and over and over again. I can create all kinds of beautiful different things, and I think it would make a beautiful pillow. I think it's too many words for a tea towel, but I think it would make a really pretty pillow for our Irish peeps. So we're gonna get started. Now I'm gonna go a little crazy here. I'm gonna zoom you in a little bit, and I'm going to go a little crazy, and we're gonna do some fun colors. Not fun colors, but I want to do some fun detailing. So when you look at this M, the shamrocks come out of the M. So it will be a little hard to make them a different color, but we're going to go for it anyway. Because I think our M should be gold, right? Because that's how big fancy formal books in the day when they were printed, that's how it should be. So I think we're going to make our M gold, but I am going to try to make our little shamrock guys. See how they're attached to that silk screen, so it's going to be not easy to make a clean line, but we're going to try it. And it also has our border really close to it. So we are going to make our M shimmer gold, which isn't quite the same gold as the board, but it'll be close. We're going to make the M shimmer gold. We're going to make the shamrocks meadow, which is a very pretty green. We're going to make our border sage, which is a very pale green. And I think we're either going to do our words in white or we're going to do our words in grayish, which is a very pale gray. I can't decide. We'll get there when we get there. This is going to take us a little bit of time, not too much time, but it'll all be, can I get the detailing in here? So because these are so close together and the screens are attached to each other, I have to be very careful. So the easiest way to do it is to take painter's tape and just cover up what you don't want to chalk. I tend to live on the edge, and I don't use painter's tape, and I just go for it. And if I get a little bit of the color where I don't want it, I'm okay with that. But I think for tonight's purposes, we should try to be perfect, right? So I'm just going to put my painter's tape down along where I don't want chalk. And then what will happen is it blocks the screen. Okay, so I just put that right along my M. So now all those little shamrocks I don't have to worry about. I also need to do it here at the bottom because again, they're attached. So I do just need to kind of get it where I don't want it. And by putting the painter's tape down, it provides a barrier so that I don't have to worry about it. And I can just chalk away and be happy-go-lucky in my chalk world. Okay, so I'm going to do one more piece of painter's tape on this side. But I need to make it so I get my part of my M. So I need to make my little piece of painter's tape smaller. Okay. A little bit. Because I want the side of the M to be gold, but I don't want the shamrocks. And I got this little tiny piece right here that needs to get blacked. I'm just ripping painter's tape to be tiny. Putting painter's tape on your transfers does not hurt them. Okay, and then I have this little piece up on my M that's covered up that I want to uncover. Okay, so now what I've done is I've provided a barrier. I want the whole M to be gold. And now what that does is it just takes the pressure off. Oops, I pulled up a little too much. I'm going to put it back on, but reposition it so that I don't have to worry. Sometimes it's hard to deal with little tiny pieces. This reminds me of my scrapbooking days when we used to take little tiny sticker letters and make words. Whew, that was painful. All right, so I've got my barrier. So now I should really be able to do this pretty easy. I am going to put a piece here to remind myself because once I start squeegeeing, I tend to get squeegee happy and I'll just go straight across. And I want these guys to be green. So all I'm doing is my M, and I'm doing it in gold. So I'm going to actually use our multi-purpose tool. Our multi-purpose tool is really a nice tool to use because it works like a pencil. So I can get right in here and get my detailing in, and it's just really easy to do. Hey, Desiree, welcome to our Chuckin' Party. Hey, Carol. Thank you, Cheryl. Hey, Christine from Michigan. Hey, Aunt Terry from Texas. Oh, Lisa G is here. Welcome, everybody. All right, so I'm just going to dip my squeegee right in my chalk paste. And I'm going to just do my M. Now, you're probably wondering, oh my gosh, what the heck is she doing? She doesn't have any of the rest of her chalk paste stirred or ready to go. And she's putting chalk on her board. Oh my gosh, her chalk is going to dry. That's what I know that's what you're saying to yourself. It's okay. I'm actually going to pull the transfer. I don't want any pressure today. Today's already been a pressure-filled enough day, and I'm looking for a little relaxation, not pressure. So I'm just going to go right across like so. Not worried that I'm getting the chalk paste on my painter's tape because, again, I'm just going to pull that right off. That's what it's there for. It's doing its job. It's taking my stress away from worrying about getting a color where I don't want it. I am pushing my chalk through my silk screen and taking all my excess off, putting it right back in my container. Voila, like magic. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to pull my transfer off. I don't know if we'll pull the whole thing off, but we're at least going to pull the M off. And what that means is I don't have to worry about it drying. So I started in the corner. It's very stuck. I'm going to carefully pull it because I don't want to stretch it. And I just carefully pull my M. Wow, this guy is really stuck. You don't pull your transfers diagonally. You pull them from the middle because otherwise you risk stretching them. So now I have my M, but I need to dry my M. So I'm going to use my air, but I'm going to point my air away from my transfer because you don't want to melt your transfer. Because unfortunately my gun is a heat gun and it does have a heat component. And if you put it too close to your transfers, it melts them. A regular hair dryer, especially if you have it on the cool setting, isn't going to do that. It's just the whole, mine's a heat gun, not a hair dryer. It's an embossing tool for scrapbooking, although I've never used it that way. Okay, so I'm ready to put my transfer back down because it's dry. Now I can take all my painter's tape off and we can go back and do, now I could wash my transfer, but I'm not going to because I don't need to, but you could if you wanted to. I'm just pulling off painter's tape. It's very stuck over here for some reason. Okay, so now I have my painter's tape off. So now, checking my fingers because I got chalk on my fingers. So how many of you are Irish? And how many of you celebrate St. Patrick's Day? Is it a big deal in your house? We talked about this a little bit last night. Do you try to catch shamrocks if you have leprechauns if you have little kids? Do you make, what's the meal? Corned beef, right? Corned beef. Okay, so I'm pushing back down on my transfer for where I had taken it off, because I put air back in it, so I just want to make sure I got rid of the air. So now what I want to do is I want to do my shamrocks in green. I'm going to close up my gold because I really don't think, well, maybe we'll do our, oh, I'm sorry, you're really zoomed in. We might do our little harp in gold, so I'm not going to put it too far away, but I am going to move it out of the way. I'm going to grab my meadow, which is a very pretty Kelly green color, and we're going to work on our shamrocks. Now, I could put the painter's tape back down over my M, because now I risk putting green in my gold. But go big or go home, right? You're going to live on the edge now. So my stress-free crafting will go away. Here I'm not worried because I don't have to... a big deal. It's not a big deal because I'm not going next to my gold. So I'm just pushing my, squeegeeing on my chalk paste like so. And again, I'm just going to lift it up a little bit. Wow, this guy is sticky. Holy cow, he's sticky. So it's corned beef, right? Corned beef and hash, or is it just corned beef? Corned beef and potatoes? I don't know. Okay, so we've got our super cute, I'm sorry, I need to zoom you back out because I had zoomed you in so you could see the detailing. Now I'm going to zoom you back out a little bit. Because I forget I've zoomed you in and then all of a sudden you can't see what I'm doing. So now we have these really adorable little shamrocks. Again, I'm going to dry them real quick. Pointing my gun away, my heat away from my transfer. Really fast. So now I have these adorable little shamrocks. That's what I love about this transfer is the detailing in it. I just think it's so pretty. I don't need to push my shamrocks back down because I've already chalked them. I'm just pushing down anywhere that I might have lifted up when I did it. Okay? So now I think what we're going to do, we're going to do the words because we can pull it all at the same. Ooh, my white is dry. Oh my, look how dry he is. He needs a drink. He is saying you have not used white in a long time. You need to add some water and stir it up, lady. Holy cow. So I'm stirring up my white. I added a little bit of water. So it is chalk. It's not chalk like your kids' chalk, but it is chalk, so it does dry out. If you find you open up your chalk and it's looking chunky or dry, you just add a little bit of water. They say you should add distilled water to it. My chalk doesn't last long enough to grow mold. Oops. And don't do that where you get your water on your project. Always stir away from your project. So I'm just stirring it up to get it the consistency I want. You want it to be like a yogurty, sour, creamy type consistency. Okay. So I think we're going to do the white words. It's just a matter of what our... Hey, Kathy Moon. Welcome to our Chuck and Party. Hello, Jen. Hey, Anne-Marie. Welcome. Anne-Marie, your home remodeling project looks amazing. Is your husband actually doing all that work himself? Holy cow, it's like you have your whole house ripped up. Okay, so green, white, green. I don't want to pull the whole transfer off. All right, we're going to do the green, and then we'll come back and do the white. Oops, that's white, not green. So again, I'm just going to dip it in. Now this is where it's going to get tricky, right? Because I don't want to get the green in my border, because I want to make my border a different color. I don't want to get my green in my words, because we're going to make our words a different color. And I don't want to get my green in the gold. They're very close to each other. This is one of those projects where having the right tool makes a huge difference. Do I need a multi-purpose tool? No, what I need is I need a small squeegee. So if you don't have a multi-purpose tool, what you do is you take a bigger squeegee and you cut it up. That's what we used to have to do before we had mini squeegees, is we took the larger squeegees and we just cut them into pieces. So as you can see, well, you can't see it right now, but normally when you can see my little bin that has all my squeegees in it, there are little tiny baby squeegees in there, and that's because I've just taken a bigger squeegee and I have cut it up. So you can totally do that to get the size you need, because you don't want to be trying to get in here for this little tiny detailing with a big huge squeegee. You will get chalk paste where you don't want it. So now I'm ready to pull these little shamrock guys off, and I'm just going to pull them from this direction because I don't want to pull all my words off. Boy, he is stuck on here. The new transfers are sticky. Holy cow. Pull them carefully. Ooh. Oh, wait, I gotta draw. You guys gotta see this. This looks great. Oh, even better than I thought it was gonna. Oh, I'm so glad we did the gold. So I'm just drying them real quick. Again, keeping my heat away from my transfer. Check this out. Look at how cute our M is with all those pretty little shamrocks. I'm so glad we took the time to do it. Okay, so now I just take my transfer and I lay it back down, and all I need to do is push my words down, because I did not take the whole transfer off. So I just need to push down any parts that I've lifted so that I get the air back out. Amanda is saying, big project. Yeah, big project. Holy cow. Home remodeling is so much fun, isn't it? I did laugh about your, I think, was it your post or was somebody else is redoing their kitchen too? I think it was yours. It's hard to live without a kitchen. We did that in the last house, and it is not fun to not have a kitchen. It's a little bit better, you know, in grilling season when, you know, at least you can get outside and get to a grill, but I do not miss the days of no kitchen and eating out all the time. I don't, well, but I like to cook. I don't like to eat out. Okay, I'm going to keep my green handy because we got a little shamrock, some shamrocks down here to do, and I think we're going to do our traditional Irish blessing in green. But I'm ready to do our words. And I think we're going to, should we make our border white or should we make our border, am I getting too complicated? What do you think? I don't want to do gold because it's really not the same gold as the frame. That's the word I was looking for, frame. I could do it, it'd make my life easier if I did it all in white. Well, what fun would that be, right? There's no challenge in that. Some of the fun of crafting is just seeing if you can do it. But I don't really know if we need the grayish. Oh, you know what? I'm sorry, we weren't doing that for grayish. We were doing, this is what we're doing. We're doing the light green for our border. So this is sage green. Very pretty, very pale green color. So that's our border. Our words are, oh, that's what we were trying to decide. Should my words be white or should my words be grayish? And they're going to be white. I think they look best white. So we're actually going to do this in kind of some strange steps. Instead of just doing one color at a time, we're going to do two colors at a time so I can pull half of my transfer back. So anytime you're going to do multiple colors and you're going to try to do it without your chalk paste drying on you, is you want to stop and think through what you're going to do. Now this is not something that's natural for Maria. Stopping, thinking, planning. Yeah, well maybe I like to plan, but the stopping and thinking is not necessarily my strong suit. So just learn from my mistakes that you want to take a minute and say, okay, what color am I putting where? So I'm going to do the sage green and I'm going to stop. We're going to see how fast it's drying, and that will decide how far down can I go without pulling it, because there's two things not working in my favor at the moment. Number one, my transfer is very sticky, so it's going to take me, I'm not just going to be able to pull it off real quick. I'm going to need to slowly pull it off, and I need to take that into account when I think about how fast my chalk is going to dry. And the other thing is the two colors. So it's a big surface, two colors, but we're going for it. So I'm going to now grab a mini squeegee. Your squeegees have two very distinct sides. It has an angled side and a flat side. The angled side is the front of your squeegee. So you take your angle and you just dip it right in your chalk paste and you just go right across. Again, this is a little space. This is probably too big of a squeegee, and I don't want to do what I just did, which was go over my little shamrock eyes. So you do want to be careful, because now I could, in theory, make them a different color, and I don't want to do that. If I put my pale green over my shamrocks, I'll end up with pale green shamrocks. Okay, so I'm just going to go down, because so far I'm in good shape as far as drying goes, so I'm not super worried yet. If nothing else, if I start to notice that my chalk paste is drying, I can always pull it up. It's very easy to line it back up because you can see what you've done through the silk screen. It's very easy. Okay, we're just going for it. We're going to do the whole thing, and if I need to go back and fix something, I will. Okay, so I'm doing the whole border in one fell swoop. Okay. Getting all my excess off. And now we're just going to do white. Small squeegee, same thing. Angled is the front. Dip it and go. Now I could use the big boy squeegee, which is a 4-inch handled squeegee. This would go really fast if I did that. But again, you don't need it. This little guy does a good job. This is kind of the workhorse squeegee of all the squeegees. Okay, so I'm just doing our little prayer quick. My paste is doing okay so far. You can always tell when your paste is drying. You can see it drying. I need to smooth out my lines, because if I have lines, I will see them. I'm gonna grab another quick squeegee. We're doing the whole thing. We're just going for it. And I'm gonna do my traditional Irish blessing. Swoosh my green and do my cute little shamrock eyes down here. I'm gonna grab another quick squeegee, little tiny squeegee. These are again my little tiny squeegees that I have cut up. And I'm gonna do our harp. Okay, totally missed side of the squeegee, or this shamrock right here, and we're pulling it. I'm gonna regret this, I think. Maybe not. Oh, no, it's okay. But carefully, again, this is where it's not working in my favor because it's so stuck. I'm pulling it straight up and down at a 90-degree angle. I'm not pulling it towards me, because I don't, oh my goodness, that's beautiful. Holy cow, this is so fairy tale-ish to me. Oh my goodness. Oh, but he is stuck. Okay. I'm not going to put this in my water bath yet. I'm going to stick it sticky. Oh, wow, he is stuck to me. So, I have a couple of spots where I went off of our transfer. So I'm just kind of covering up my chalk paste so they don't dry out while I'm going to take my little baby wipe here, and I'm just going to remove the chalk paste that I got where I didn't want it. That is the beauty of chalk, because it just comes right off. The other thing I want to do right away is I want to wipe off my squeegees. Chalk paste is much easier to remove from your squeegees and wash them off when your chalk paste is wet, because it dries hard. Not that you can't get it off, because you totally can. It's just easier, and I'm all about, you know, let's face it, ladies, I'm lazy. I want the easy way. So I've got all my chalk paste. My squeegees are off. That is how hard it is to clean up. Wipe off your space where you get chalk where you don't want it. Okay, so I'm going to grab my, well, I'm just going to grab this towel. My fuzzing towel has my transfer on top of it. And I'm going to just, you know, get the water, because sometimes a baby wipe can leave a residue on your board. I'm going to, oh, I haven't dried it. So I'm going to dry it so that as I show it to you, I don't stick my finger in it. And I have one little spot that I'm going to show you. I'm okay with it because it just makes it look more vintagey, but I could fix it. The transfer is meant to look vintagey. Okay, so here we go. This is my little spot where my chalk paste dried, so when I pulled off my transfer, the chalk came with it. But otherwise, look at how pretty this is. Now, some of this, it's meant to be there, so that's why I don't need to fix this. I could wash off my transfer, lay it back down, and fix that. But I'm not going to, because I think it's super pretty, exactly the way it is. This is gorgeous. This is like, wow, gorgeous to me. I've got some chalk paste on my frame. I need to get that off. So this transfer is called Irish Blessing. It's just, I hope they make more like these because this is so pretty. I just like the storybook. I think it screams storybook to me. I don't know why. It just does. So that's the extent of our little project here today. I'm just washing stuff off. This transfer again is called Irish Blessing. You can see it at www.chalkcouture.com. That's where you will find this gorgeous transfer. We used, for our colors, we used Meadow, Sage, Gold, Shimmer, and White. We just used a few colors. We didn't go crazy, but we did use several. And this transfer would be gorgeous in just white. It's just pretty. So it's hard for you to see the green versus the white. See how my border is that super pale green, but my letters are white? This is really pretty. That's it. That's all I got. We have one more St. Patrick's Day project to make. I don't know if we'll make it tomorrow night or not. We need to make the vintage truck with the new little leprechaun guy sticking out of the back of it, and then we're going to move back on to regular home decor. I found a really cool project to make with our Club Couture transfer. So we might have to make one more project with this month's Club Couture. Club Couture is a monthly subscription service for those of you who don't know what it is. I'd be more than happy to get you information if you want it, but it's a very fun little project. And if you are thinking about joining, you need to join, because if you're joining for that this month's transfer, it's going to sell out because it's very popular. And they only say you can order it as long as it's still available. So if you're on the fence about joining and you want that transfer, I would get on it, because the closer we get to the end of the month, the more likelihood we have of it selling out. So that's all I got. Thank you for watching me. I'm Making Maria, your independent chalk couture designer. If you can please do this, it helps me tremendously. So thank you to all of you who take the time to do that. If you're not in the Making Maria VIP group, you want to be, because that's where all the fun stuff happens. So you can comment, add me, or you can put Making Maria's VIP group in your search bar on Facebook and just request to join. That works too. If you want information about what Club Couture is, I'm happy to send you that link so you can check that out and see if you're interested in that. If you have thought at all about wanting to have as much fun as I'm having, or how many different ways can you be a designer, because there are several different ways to be a designer, message me and I'd be more than happy to send you the information about joining my fun group. And then, last but not least, if you want to check out these products, www.chalkcouture.com/makingmaria. That's all I got. Thanks for watching me. I hope you have a fantastic Wednesday, and I will be back at you guys tomorrow night. Thanks, guys.